Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So here we are again for our weekly guidance reading. What do you need to know this week? Predictions and guidance. This being the last week of September, I think it's going to be extra important. Just for me, saying this intuitively, extra important to kind of complete some cycles, maybe set some intentions. Yeah, September has been really weird. I don't know if it's just me or the people that I know, but it's been really, I think, kind of a rough month. So I'm really hoping that this guidance reading will help. So let's see. So yeah, we have the 4 groups here. I'll show you each one. And the fall sale, I wanted to make it, I wanted to extend it a little bit longer, but the slots did book up pretty fast. But the personal readings are still open for the first week of October for the regular price. And then when I have another sale in the future, I will let you guys know ahead of time. So we have here group number 1. This is pyrite for group 1. We have group number 2, the selenite. It's like a selenite little tower. We have group number 3, the aqua aura quartz. And then group number 4 is the lion totem. Okay, so just take as much time as you need. You can pause if you have to. Again, we have here group number 1, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. And whenever you are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 1, which is pyrite. So let's get into your energy. Spirit, this is for group 1, please. What do they need to know this week? Last week of September. Please and thank you. Okay, Spirit, can you please give us some helpful guidance messages for group number 1? What do they need to know this week? Pyrite group. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, they did confirm as I was shuffling what I said in the intro. They said something about closing up cycles. Okay, so here we have the Empress. Can we have more information, please? Yeah, okay, I see what's going on here. So yes, it is going to be important for you guys in the last week of September to close out any cycles that were wide open, that were not serving you, that were affecting you negatively, even if it's hard to notice that. So you have the 2 7s over here, 7 of Swords, 7 of Cups. And basically what I'm seeing here is that any of these cycles that were open for you, or patterns, you know, whatever, it is greatly affecting your sense of self-worth, your sense of confidence and self-esteem. And this needs to go, because obviously that's not serving you well, and it's going to really affect everything else. You know, it could even affect things like your heart chakra. It could affect your sense of security. It could be causing a lot of anxiety for you. So Spirit wants you to be aware of this right now, immediately, and that this needs to come to a stop immediately. Okay, so I don't know what it is exactly, but you can see here that, like, even for yourself, you can see that there's fog, there's pollution, there's illusion. The Empress is here. She's still standing pretty powerfully, but basically I think Spirit is asking you, as almost like an extreme preventative measure, that something needs to close up, something that really doesn't belong in your life. So if you are aware of this, if you're feeling imbalanced, then this would be to a much more extreme degree. But if you're generally feeling like a little bit more balanced and grounded, this is only kind of beginning to creep up on you, and Spirit wants to prevent that, nip it in the bud. But I do think regardless that it is affecting you guys' sense of balance, and again, there's the danger of letting this affect your self-esteem and worth, which can really, you know, have a very serious effect over time. Spirit, can you tell us what is going on here? What cycles do they have to be aware of, and what do they need to know about this week? So it's any cycle that has to do with this back and forth, kind of feeling like, where do I go? Do I go left or right? Is it yes or no? Do I move backward or forward? It's just a lot of uncertainty and literally this juggling act that's going on. And what this could be resulting in is inaction, just kind of feeling stuck. I mean, this is not necessarily a card that I would say feeling stuck, but it's causing some kind of feeling of I cannot move from my place regardless. So, but the word I'm getting is inaction, like I cannot do some type of action. I'm just sort of hovering here. Can you tell us a little bit more? What do they need to know this week? Our pyrite group, thank you. And maybe some of you, it does have to do with career or the finances, or maybe even elements of the home with the Ace of Pentacles, or even anything physical. So it even could be the physical body. And I can see how all of those, if it's one or all of those things even, that it could be affecting everything for you, because that's a lot. It encompasses a lot. The Two of Cups. Yeah, I mean, they're saying pretty much the same thing, that it needs to come back into a state of balance. What's the best method for them to do this, please? Okay, so with the King of Wands and the Eight of Swords, it does look like this is feeling stuck and almost emotionally paralyzed when it comes to moving forward. However, this is a little bit of a paradoxical message. It's not saying that you must take action. It's saying that everything of what's going on is preventing you from taking the proper actions, I think, which is kind of what they already mentioned here. So I do feel the answer lies within this Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So what can they know as clarity for these two cards? Basically, it's illusions of the mind that trap you in a particular pattern. So this is really hard to detect, because a lot of the times, I mean, as you can see with the Seven of Swords, this is a card of illusion. So to be able to even see illusion clearly is kind of like an impossible task in the moment. So it's either we see it after the fact, or we're warned about it by an outside perspective, right? So it's very tricky. So I would actually recommend that if this whole reading is resonating with you, you might want to take a step back and be like, well, is there some kind of illusion in my life? Is there something I'm not seeing? And that will actually start to open up that little, doorway. Then we have Temperance, and then we have the Page of Wands. Something about the Page of Wands, actually, yeah, just simply the Page of Wands itself is really speaking about inner child energy for me, and healing, with the Temperance card being there. This is not something that has to be a whole long journey of healing, actually, which usually I talk about stuff like that. But here, it doesn't have to be that. There can be something very small and simple, and that is going to help to reroute you. So if in this week, if you just take one step or have one moment where you can feel safe within yourself and your own inner child, and together with yourself, this will really be helpful for getting the ball rolling for this entire process. Yes, there has to be some deeper, more foundational healing, I feel, for a lot of you, but they're just speaking of this week where just having that one moment is going to help so much. So if you can even just have, a little bit of time to yourself, just something relaxing or joyful or playful, creative, any of these things where you can feel bright again, this is going to take the pressure off and allow the energy to begin to flow more freely. So it's almost like we're clearing the pipe, we're clearing some kind of a clog, for at least for now, and it will help to represent the whole journey and give you hopefulness too if you're feeling stuck. So what else do they need to know for this week? Yeah, they did definitely say with the Queen of Pentacles, take care of yourself. The Three of Wands, let's see, the Page of Swords. So you don't have to worry about the future too much this week, because on a deeper level over here, on the subconscious level, you are figuring out where to go, and you are going to be receiving help in regards to where to go on your journey. So don't worry about that. Try to give yourself at least a break. So for this week, if you tend in general to worry about the future, if you in general tend to be, kind of always trying to plan things, just know that only for this week you have a chance to just take a break from all of that and just take care of yourself. Again, they're talking about coming into some kind of balance, some kind of, groundedness, which is, it's a bit tricky, but, when it comes to feeling grounded, there are some things that are always, I feel like, kind of like a guaranteed. So anything having to do with nature, is, I feel like, a guaranteed way to ground ourselves. Anything with just sitting in some quiet, getting some air, and any element of nature. So they're just asking you to pay attention to that. Spirit, what else moving forward? What do they need to know for the rest of this week, for this whole week? So this is a lot of internal message, as you can see. Anything else? So we have the Three of Cups. I feel like that's really good. The Nine of Pentacles. Nice. The Fool. And then the Eight of Wands. This is really excellent. This is really a turnaround here. I know it's a little crowded on there's a lot of cards I draw, but what they are saying with just these 4 cards, as you can see here, is that there's going to be a lift, a boost of energy. I would probably say for 90% of you, this is going to happen on Thursday. Ish, like, again, on average, because there's a lot of different perspectives here, but yeah, I would say definitely at least Thursday, and some of you, if it might spill over into, Friday or whatever, but there is something about towards the end of the week that this is going to really look up. There's going to be an increase in some kind of, it could be prosperity energy. Maybe there's like a bump in an increase in some sort of prosperity financial thing, but over here it's like you're celebrating. There's like a more hopeful, joyful energy. With the Fool card, you can see it's like feeling like a new person, like this little burst of fresh air. And again, I'm getting a wave of hopefulness, and it reminds me of like where I am now. It's we just had the fall equinox, and it is getting colder. So I don't know. I like the fall. I love Halloween and and the holidays, and it kind of just gave me that burst of energy where it felt like a cool and crisp night, but it was like a good thing. I don't know. It was like this mysterious energy, but it felt really invigorating. That's just what I felt. Like I actually saw it. And then over here with the Eight of Wands, again, we have this type of movement forward. We have this like fresh air. There's a lot of freedom here, as opposed to what we saw before, which was like pretty much being trapped in these bindings and stuff. Okay. And they did say not to worry, and they did keep up their promise, your guides, or whoever, the universe. So yeah, things are definitely going to get better this week. Like if you have been feeling off, trapped, imbalanced, not well, whatever the case was, it is going to feel much better by at least Thursday, I believe. So let's just get any final messages here. I'm not seeing too much information about your outer world, but that's probably because, like your inner world messages really needed to come through more. Spirit, do you have any final messages for group number 1? What do they need to know this week? Yeah, when I was shuffling before, I was getting very fidgety. So if you guys can think of anything that really helps you to sit in your place, like kind of just to sit still and to feel like that relaxed feeling. I'm a natural fidgeter, yes, so, that probably was just me as well. But yeah, anything that you can feel physically just still in your place. I don't have a lot of suggestions since I have that same issue, but just try your best to find any environment, wherever that might be, where you can be like, just like that feeling where I can take a sigh of relief, I can take a breath and just exist for a second without having that wall and that like that nervous system response. Spirit, any final messages for group number 1? Oh, this is cute. So we have, oh my God, Halloween. That's funny. Yeah, so I forgot that I made this based off Halloween. So this is the Lover's card. This is the one. This is you actually touching the portal. It's sort of supposed to look like a mirror. This is you touching the portal to reaching yourself. Actually, you can see the smile of the pumpkin one. Sort of like this feeling of satisfaction, like I have found myself, even if it's like a glimpse. I have found that piece of myself that I needed to find and to channel in order to feel okay. Beautiful message there. And then we have Kitty. This is actually the Strength card. Very similar. You can see the bond of the two beings just leaning upon one another, having that sense of friendship. And again, I feel like this is you and possibly a strong, very strong spirit guide that is trying to reach you through little gifts. I would say signs, but they're actually literally saying gifts. You can see the little toy mouse is supposed to be like a version of the gift from the cat. And the football maybe, you know, just there's gifts they're saying. Okay, anything else? Just get one more pull. Thank you. And the Child of Polynoses. This is the Page of Pentacles. I think that was it. Yeah, so this is the Page of Pentacles, and you can see the joy. You can see the fun. You can see the freedom. This is literally just a child playing in the fall leaves and the ribbon. The little polynose is like twirling in the air and actually on the nose. So yeah, I mean, that's it. That is Spirit confirming that that is pretty much all you need, just to have that space, that freedom, that breath of relief, breath of fresh air, physically and spiritually. So ironically, we don't have to actually make effort to do this. We have to, it's the reverse. We have to surrender in order to feel this. It's almost like we have to take off all of the backpacks in order to feel this rather than carry 10 more. So yeah, just think about it and kind of picture yourself as this child of the universe type of a thing. So that's what I'm saying for you guys. This was kind of, you know, it's definitely a heavy reading for many of you. Maybe the rest of you, it wasn't as heavy, but I still feel like, I still hope that the messages resonated. So that's what I'm seeing for this week. I do hope it was helpful. If it was helpful for you, feel free to subscribe and like this video. And I do plan to post hopefully soon again in next couple of days. So thank you guys. Info for personal readings with me is below, and sending you blessings. I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 2, which is selenite. Spirit, this reading is for group 2, selenite group. What do they need to know this week, please, and thank you. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, what is your first message for group number 2? Our selenite group, what do they need to know this week? What is any helpful message of guidance for group 2, selenite? Thank you. Group 2. Okay, so this is really good news. They are indicating here that if you have been worrying, or for some of you excessively worrying about some issue or some event in your life right now, you're going to feel some balance and fairness this week regarding whatever this is. Everyone's going to have a different outcome, of course, but they're indicating that at least there's going to be some kind of balance in this energy. Can you tell us a little bit more what's going on for group number 2 this week? What do they need to know? I definitely feel like balance and clarity is going to be a theme for you guys, because we already have the Justice card, and then we have the 2 of Cups. The selenite tower itself is a crystal of cleansing, just a lot of really much needed spiritual cleansing. If you do happen to have selenite, you can, you know, hold on to it. I actually have this one. You've seen it in other videos, like the palm stone, and you can meditate with it and allow its ability to kind of wash over you as a spiritual bath. If you don't have one, you can still just visualize a bright white light cleansing you. It does help. So these all look the same to me. Let me just Let's see what's going on here. This is very strange. Look how similar these look. I never really put these all together like that. And these are essentially the same cards too. I mean, for me. I wonder what that's even trying to tell us. But yeah, it's kind of like it looks like three and then two. I don't really know exactly what Spirit is getting at here, but maybe they're just kind of confirming the messages. So yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing this week a huge relief and even release from this anxious negative energy, this dark energy. It's like a shadow. I don't know exactly what it is for you, but yeah, it's probably it may have caused you to have this excessive worry. And obviously depending on your nervous system differences, this could be extreme or this could be just sort of more mild, but I do think for everyone it has caused this sense of darkness in some way. So some clues here as to what's going on. We do have the Emperor, and it is showing us some kind of order and structure. And with the Hierophant, I don't know if maybe that has to do with uh, like maybe some kind of institution issues, like if you happen to work in a school or a company or like whatever, in some sort of community thing, there could be some clues there. But the bottom line is still the same, is that there is structure, there is balance, there is fairness that is entering into the situation as a whole, whether it's the external situation or your situation energetically. You are being watched over as well, is what I am seeing here. There's a very loving energy also to just remind you that you're not alone. So that's a big part of this as well. Can you tell us, what do they need to know this week? Our selenite group 2, please, Spirit. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same message here, is that you are seeing some cleansing, some relief from external pressure. Here you're all by your lonesome, but it's in a good way. There's a lot of reflection, strength, cleansing, balancing. It's the same thing. So anything else additionally that we have to know about, Spirit, for group 2 for this week? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be some uplift with this. I do feel it's within this week. However, because of the Moon card, there might still be some hidden elements to your situation. If you have been waiting for something, whether it's communication, answers, some kind of a shift and a change in your situation, I do feel that it is coming, it is happening, but you might not necessarily receive the clarity just yet. This could extend with probably within next week for you, or I'm not sure the timeline, but it might have a little bit of a delay. But just be assured that it is happening. It's just gonna happen a little bit behind the scenes for some of you. Maybe not all of you, but this Moon card is really kind of, an obvious thing for me that it's gonna be hidden for some time. What else do they need to know for this week? Please. Whoops. What do they need to know? Yeah, I mean, I do feel like, especially if whatever you were worrying about has to do with the future, I do think that there is going to be a lot more openness for the future. It's a lot of positive energy, a lot of positive potential in a general sense. Yeah, I mean, definitely. This to me is such confirmation, and I did notice this on the bottom too. Very obvious combo of some kind of success, especially it could be financial, it could be just in general with your independence, whatever it was. And then here we have the 2 nines together. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this spread, but it just feels to me like you're completely detached from everything and everyone, and it's almost like you're rinsing and repeating. Like they said something about the word rinsing, kind of like you're being cleansed from a lot, you're being absolved from whatever was going on, not absolved, but like you're being almost like excused from the rest of the world for a second, and it's almost like you're rerouting yourself. It's interesting. I feel like it's very much needed alone time, or very much needed boost in terms of the confidence of the future. I don't know exactly. Anything else that they need to know about this week? Any advice, messages, guidance, anything what's coming towards them this week? Yeah, so I mean, there's definitely some sort of kind of feels like a little bit of an adventure energy. Kind of feels like, yeah, there's some type of adventure, some type of upward energy, upward motion. Can you tell us anything else about what's coming to them in the outer world this week? Yeah, and I did notice the Three of Swords earlier, where I do feel that uh, in the previous weeks or months or whatever it was, there was this huge strain on your outer world, meaning some kind of conflict, some kind of negative energy, some kind of feeling of complete stuckness. This is going to improve this week. I don't know what it is about this week. Again, it could just be the timing of the collective and stuff with the planets and whatever, like the fact that it's the last week of the month, and then we're truly hitting the, like the end of the year for the most part, like the final cusp of the year, I guess. But there is going to be a reorientation here for you. It's going to kind of swing back into place where it makes sense again, and you can have a feeling of rest from that anxiety that has been, I feel, chronic at this point because of something that was going on for you. If it did have to do with other people, there will still be some peace because of, whatever's going on here. There will be some peace. There will be just almost like this mysterious sense of peace where people are not arguing as much. People are just kind of letting each other be. I don't know what it was exactly, but that's only if you were dealing with other people. I do feel like there will be more peacefulness on all sides, especially if it starts from you, because then that energy will replicate, I think. Let's get some more cards. Spirit, what else can you tell us? Spirit, can we have any final messages for group number 2, selenite? What do they need to know this week? Thank you. Okay, so we have this Mama card. This is the Empress. What else do they need to know this week? I do feel like maybe in an external sense, you will still have what you need. You will still be provided for with the Empress card or the Mama card. Just like a feeling of abundance in a general sense. And then you will see yourself very quickly by Tuesday, actually, is what they're telling me, that you will see how things are going to shift for you. So the learner of summertime is the Knight of Wands, and this is the Ace of Wands, and you can see the introduction of this passionate, fiery energy and how it's moving forward. I mean, here he's technically going to the left, but he's moving forward, right? And there is this bright, passionate energy. However, you're still worried, is what this is saying. This is the exact same card, right? So it's saying that you're still worried, even though you are receiving some actual change and shift in your outer world. So you got to be careful. If your guides or the universe is showing you something, you have to believe in this. Otherwise, it's probably just going to become blocked off. Bottom of the deck, we see Monster in the Dark, which is the Devil card. So try not to entrap yourself within the cage, because these are very similar as well. Look at the color pattern. It's both in the dark and has this element of a cage, the imagery. So try not to get caught in your own shadows of fear this week, especially, because it's really going to do you a disservice, because things are getting better. Look at this, see? Look at the fire and the passion and I mean, it's like the first day of summer almost, it feels like, right? Can we have any final messages? So I said in the intro that it's been like a rough month, and I can see now with group 1 and 2, it's a collective energy, I feel. I'm hoping it's not that everyone has had a rough month. I'm obviously hoping, but if you have been, don't I? You know, I'm not surprised, and you're not alone in that. Might as well be like a weather forecast, you know, like the way energies flow. Okay, so your final message. Yeah, it's kind of, actually, it's pretty similar again. So we have the Wind, which is the World card, and then the Five of Polynoses, the Five of Pentacles here. So again, it's telling you that there is some kind of positive win here, but over here you're feeling very much left out in the cold. And I know it's hard to let go of that particular mentality, of course, you know, like when we're in it, we're in it. But I think that Spirit is just reminding you that they do have your back and that they are helping you. You can see here that you have the spirit guides. So not only do you have one spirit guide next to you helping you with this game or this journey, you actually have more along the way that will be all along your path. But you might have to really, you know, seek their help, ask for their help, and almost like expect it, because they're right there, and this is what they want to do. They want to be of help to you. They want to be, you know, that's basically what they signed up for, you know. So that's sort of like they take their job description seriously. So just keep that in mind. So I think that's it for now. That's all I'm really getting. I do hope that this resonated. I hope it was helpful. If it didn't resonate at all, it might not be the group for you. But if it was helpful, you can feel free to subscribe and like. And if you want a personal reading with me, the info is always below. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I do hope to see you in the next video soon, and send you blessings. Have a great week, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, which is the Aqua Aura Quartz. Spirit, this is for group 3, please. Aqua Aura Quartz, please and thank you. What do they need to know this week? Spirit, for group number 3, please, what is your first message for them? What do they need to know this week and their highest good? Helpful messages, thank you. Group number 3, Aqua Aura Quartz. So I can see here a little bit of a interesting mix of energy. Okay, I will tell you right away, I feel there could be a connection, or even a slight connection for some of you for group number 2, because group number 2's first card was, or I forget if it was the first one, but their central message was again surrounding the 9 of Swords. Now, if group number 2 did not call to you, you don't have to watch that, but if it happened to call to you, you might want to watch that as well. Okay, so here's the thing. You guys have, how can I put this? You guys have, I want to use the word conquer, but it's almost like, the word I think I'm looking for is overcome. You guys have overcome some kind of really challenging mental battle, I feel, in the near future, rather in the recent past. Okay, so that's the key difference here. I do feel like you're over the hard part. It's like the hard part is over you're over that sort of you know, that bump in the road. And what you have gained is this, your strength and your power and your focus, and this ability to positively manifest something. But I just wanted to point this out, that I think that whatever you just went through was very difficult, mentally and, you know, in other ways, of course. Everyone's story is going to be different. It could have been for any number of reasons, but there was a lot of anxiety. There could have been anxiety, depression, sadness, feeling emotionally stuck, just like everything. It was going on over here. But what I am feeling is that this, I don't know if it's like a permanent thing, because it all depends on your individual paths, but I think that if we're looking at just this week, you guys have restored your power. So bravo, it's a very hard thing to do. You have done it, and even if this ends up to be kind of still an up and down journey, I would say that that's pretty normal for the most part. Energy does tend to fluctuate, but the key is remembering the small and gradual healing that happens over time. So, in other words, progress. So, if you guys can always remember that you are making progress no matter what it looks like on the outside, if you're just taking these small steps or just, healing in small ways, this is absolutely going to make a huge difference later down the line. Okay, so never forget that. I feel like it's important to say that. So anyway, going back to just this week, there is going to be a broader perspective here. You're going to, and you may have already been feeling this. This might have already happened for you even yesterday. I'm feeling that you're pulling your vision away from the box and the tunnel vision. You're being able to see things from a clearer perspective. And this week, as a result of that, it is going to be very productive, positive. There's a lot of this positive golden energy that's leading the way and clearing any of the crap out of the way. That's the word that they wanted to use. It's just like the garbage, whatever, the clutter. I don't know. That's kind of what they were saying there. Can you tell us, what do they need to know this week? Actually, I think they wanted to use the word BS, but, try not to curse on my channel. Okay, so what do they need to know? Group number 3, aqua or quartz. What do they need to know this week? Oh, I'm just realizing the obvious is that there's 2 infinity signs here. Gosh, it took me way too long to realize that. I don't think I've ever really seen that before together. I mean, they're not completely aligned, but now I'm noticing it. I'm like, that's really interesting. I wonder what that could mean, but I would certainly take that as a very positive sign. I feel like it's a very big positive confirmation from your guides and your higher self, just to see those 2 together in sequence like that. Spirit, what do we need to know? That even could be a sign of a repeating sequence, such as a repeating number. You know how we see like 444 all the time, stuff like that. This is infinity, infinity. So that's even more impressive. What do they need to know this week? Group 3. Okay, so we have here the 7 of Cups. What are you trying to show us, please? Yeah, there's definitely a sign that they're showing you, and I'm a little beside myself right now because they did it again. They have the number 8, the strength card, the 8 of wands, and then the 8 of swords. They're not exactly touching each other, but I definitely noticed that. So that's kind of eerie that they did that again. This particular week, if you happen to see some kind of a repeating sequence, whether it's numbers or objects or whatever, I would say that they're definitely trying to get your attention, and all they're really doing is they're just confirming for you that something is working out that you were manifesting, whatever that was. You do probably have to pay extra close attention this week because there's going to be some fog and confusion, but on a deeper level, you are intuitively, and I suppose in the background, you are feeling things and seeing things very clearly for the next steps of what you have to do or your path. Can you tell us a little bit more for this week? The energy that's really striking me the most is the Magician, being the first position of this spread. The Magician is incredibly powerful here. I mean, that's usually what I think of when I see the Magician. The Magician is incredibly powerful with the mind this week, okay? Not just the mind itself, but the mind kind of supported by, I would say, the soul, right? I mean, look at the stance. Like, this is the most powerful energy ever, the way that this is all coming together. So this particular week is going to be very headstrong for you guys. So You know, it's interesting because even if you feel like that energy is not necessarily coming from you, because maybe you're not ready to feel that or whatever the case is, this is still going to be a part of this week for you. Something is going to be really working itself out, structuring itself, kind of like two paths that are just straight ahead, even converging to this point of divine focus. I've never said that before, but that's what they said. So this is really, something is working out here. Can you tell us anything else? Group number 3, what do they need to know this week? Thank you. Very much in command. It reminds me of that feeling of self-discipline where we feel we're the ones in the driver's seat. We're the ones calling the shots for our own lives. I mean, minus the help of our guides, but just to feel in control in a healthy way feels really good, because usually life is pretty chaotic. So we have, I'm sorry. Okay, the timing of that was impeccable. I just said life is pretty chaotic and they give us the freaking Tower card. The Lovers, I'm sorry, I think that the guys are pretty funny, whoever did that. So we have the Tower, we have the Lovers. So the Tower, as you guys are probably familiar with by now, again, you have gone through the chaos, you have gone through the turmoil, you have gone through the unpredictability, like, okay, and it feels like my floor is moving. I don't know what that is. Okay, so this is not news to you. This is not new. This is not surprising. And this is not something that you cannot handle. I am not saying you're going to have another Tower. In fact, I feel like the worst is over. I hope that that's a relief to you guys. I truly feel like the worst is over, especially because of the Lover's card, to show this divine guidance that resides over you, this internal balance that your life is meant to have. If your life and your emotions are not reflecting that right now, it is purely a matter of divinity, divine alignment, divine timing, and destiny. So even though it can get frustrating because it feels like we're waiting for stuff, I actually feel that for the most part, you guys are really wise and mature spiritually to know that that's okay, that we do have to sometimes, just go through that, and you're okay with it on a good day, so just keep doing what you're doing. Focus this week on the habits, the progress, the goals, and you don't have to do everything. Please do not think you have to carry everything. You don't have to at all. Just do what you can, and that makes you happy. And a lot of what makes you happy, I think, are the goals and are the, like the progress and stuff like that. But this Tower, so the Tower still being here, though, I think is just a hint that things are not quite ready to be perfectly aligned, but they're really close. So I do think that this year was quite significant for you guys with regard to your overall balance spiritually. So just hang in there, just keep going, because it is going to inevitably get to that point that you have been envisioning. I know it doesn't seem like it, and I think we all kind of feel that sometimes, where we're just like, oh God, like, come on, like, when is it gonna, that feeling? But I think on some level, like I said, on some deeper level, you do understand and you do know that turmoil and chaos and darkness and whatever is not forever. Even if it keeps going in a cycle, this is going to eventually, inevitably balance out. So what else do they need to know for this week? Yeah, Knight of Cups. So you're going to keep going, structure, balance, and order. Just go with the flow, absolutely, for this week. Try not to overthink anything. Try not to plan too hard. And if you stay present in the moment for this whole entire week, as much as you can, it's going to look, it's going to work out really, really well for you. So let's get some final cards. Spirit, what else do they need to know? Spirit, for group number 3, Aqua Aura Quartz, what is the final message that you have for them? Final messages. This is the same card as before, the 7 of Cups. So I do feel like opportunity is opening up for you left and right, but again, it's going to take some time to click the understanding into place and say like, oh, okay, I see exactly what they're going for. So this card again, we just saw the Emperor at the bottom. That's this card, Papa. And then we have celebration. I mean, come on. What better confirmation than that? So like I said, structure and order, this is within yourself, just feeling like you can do things, you can have that control. That's sort of what I was going for with the little remote control in his hand. And he also has the watch, just like something about time is going to be important, just feeling like you have that time back instead of feeling like it's slipping away, sort of a thing. There's also an energy of protectiveness here too. And again, this is a bit more obvious, the celebration card. This is the sun card, just to see the joy, the warmth, the happiness, the hopefulness, and also the gifts for you. Okay, so really, really beautiful. I think I'm going to just get one more. Spirit, any final card for group number 3? If you can talk to other people who are going through the similar stuff, any spiritual people or just, good people in general, it would be really nice. Make time, I think. I feel like, honestly, that's what all of us, that's advice for all of us. To just make some time to get together with other people, even if it's like whatever, through like like a Zoom call or something like that. Anything that you can do to talk with other people as that support is going to make a huge difference, if you don't already. And then here we have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Summertime, or the Ace of Wands. Okay, this is really nice. I mean, the confirmation here is just amazing. You have the little heart, you have the balance, the love, the guardian, and the new beginning of fire and passion. This is really amazing. Like the energy I'm getting off of this is really amazing. This energy is going to extend for a very long time. This is not going to be just this week. This is going to benefit you in the long run. And I'm kind of curious, whatever it is that you're working on over here, definitely let me know in the comments. But there's something really hopeful, and it's a long-term feeling. So maybe you're doing something for the collective, yourself, your goals. I would love to know what that is. But, as you can see, it has a very positive energy radiating around it. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing for you guys. I do hope that this was helpful. If you did find it helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. And I do hope to see you soon for the next pick a card in a couple of days. So if you want a personal reading from me, the link is always below. The info is always below. Thank you guys so much. Sending you blessings. Have a great week, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is the Lion Totem. So let's just tap in here, Spirit, for group number 4. What energies do you have for them, Spirit? Group number 4, our Lion Totem. What do they need to know this week, please? And thank you. Spirit, what is your first message? What do they need to know this week in their highest good? Lion Totem. Okay, a lot of messages right there. Let's see. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Wow. Whoa. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, and the Page of Wands. I mean, without a doubt, this is the strongest energy of the entire 4 groups. No offense to the other groups, but like, wow. Kind of like, this kind of hit me in the face a little bit, which does make sense because you have the little lion and you know how strong the lion is. Okay, so this week is going to be interesting for you guys. I don't know exactly what you are working on individually, but we can see here the absolute forward motion of your destiny, your passions, and your success, as well as, I would say, your psychic energy. So I do feel a very strong sense of intuition here with the High Priestess. Everything is kind of just going in a very fluid manner forward for you this week. So as you can see, it just as a bottom line, this is going to be a really good week for you. I'm going to try to see what's going on in your outer world, but I do feel there's a mix of outer world and inner world, just even if it's just your mood, even if you're like in a sort of like a higher elevation this week, whatever is the reason. But it's just so much fire energy. So yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is some sort of confidence, independence, success. Maybe there is even something having to do with your prosperity flow. With the Ace of Wands, this does feel like some sort of a new passionate beginning for you. Maybe you're starting something new. It could be at home, at work, with, you know, whatever it is. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's nice because this is connecting this new beginning with the whole entirety of your path. So whether it has to do with your mission or you know, just anything that resonates with your soul, that could be there as well. There's a lot of support here from your guides. They are in sync with you. You are in sync with them. They are supportive of you, and they're trying to tell you, yeah, keep going, keep going. Like, they're very happy and excited to see that the wheel is turning, and there's this fluid motion. There's a smoothness of the energy. Again, High Priestess, I just feel that this is a highly psychic energy, lots of powerful psychic energy with like the intuition, the third eye, the visions. There's just a lot happening. It's sparking. I can see like the sparks of light coming from that card. And what I find kind of funny is that in my readings, the High Priestess usually tends to shift downward because it's talking about the subconscious. But here she's level, she's conscious, which is like a paradox because she's an unconscious card. So I think that what this means is that you're going to be consciously able to tap into your own psychic ability pretty skillfully, actually. And then the Page of Wands is just a little, you know, little fire trooper in the front lines and saying like, yeah, let's go, let's do this, let's move forward. So yeah, I mean, amazing energy here. So what do they need to know? Is there any advice, any helpful things that they need to know? Is there something coming from the outside that they need to know about? Not really. I mean, there are going to still be things that are developing for you, because you know how it goes. It's like it's things do not bloom right away. Just by laws of nature, we do have to plant the seeds, then nurture the seeds, and then allow them to bloom on their own time. So that is talking about your destiny, your goals, yourself, and your development. And that's natural, okay? So there is nothing wrong with that. And if we do get frustrated, that's almost like we're getting frustrated with something that's so natural. It's like, well, what's the point of that, you know? So they're just reminding you that these things are still developing and growing. And, you know, when it's meant to bloom, it will. What else do they need to know for this week? This also could be hinting at maybe some of you guys are still waiting on something. But, you know, just from this progression, you can see that the overall progress is there, the positive progress. So we have the Three of Wands. Then we have the Moon, which is similar to the High Priestess energy in that there's something hidden still, there's still something to be revealed. So in this case, it's talking about the expansion and the evolution of, you know, of things in general, meaning your path. It's so again, there's some aspects of your path that are going to be hidden or just not showing in their development just yet, but again, that is perfectly normal. This is a part of the process. So you know how sometimes we go through weeks or months or whatever amount of time and we're like, where is the progress? So for you guys, I do think that was all a part of this overall destined path. It was meant to have those little detours and stuff, or just that time. They gave me the, this is funny, they gave me the vision of a toaster where the bread is inside and it's still cooking and it's taking a long time, and then all of a sudden it just pops up. So yeah, this was meant to be part of the process. What else is coming towards them this week? What do they need to know? Group number 4, Lion, Totem. Yeah, I mean, that's really, yeah, it's really, again, a great confirmation. 10 of Pentacles. There will be a positive, prosperous outcome for you guys. Lots of security, lots of good sense of community, good sense of just an overall harmonic flow for you guys. It also resonates if you are dealing with other people. There will be a good flow with regard to the, you know, the collaborations or the the way that people get along, I guess. Can you tell us a little bit more of what they need to know this week? Now, I'm going to say a little sidebar thing if you guys want to comment about this, but I have a feeling that if you, I should have probably said this in group 1, but there might be, it might be the case where if you happen to always choose the same group, you might not have done that today. You might have chosen a different number. So I don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys, but I just wanted to tell you that because that's just something that came up. So you have here the King of Cups, the Six of Pentacles. Again, we're just seeing some sort of balance happening on a deeper level. So this is essentially the same message. Let me get another deck so you change it up a little bit. Spirit, anything else? Any final messages for group number 4? You got the wheel again there. Spirit, any final messages for group number 4? What do they need to know this week? So, stay on your path of your spirituality, stay connected to your spirit guides, stay humble and grateful. Not that you're not, but that's always something that I, remind myself of, to express the gratitude towards the universe, higher powers. Lots of gratitude, lots of humility makes me feel centered and cleansed. So we have here the 4 of imagination or cups. We have the 5 of imagination or cups. And then we have the 8 of imagination or cups. So what's going on here? So 4, 5, and 8 of the same suit. I mean, you can see how you're moving on from some kind of disappointment. And so I feel like you've already moved on from whatever it was. Even if this tends to happen again, if you feel like you are kind of sometimes in a pattern of feeling disappointed and moving on, don't worry, because eventually you'll exit that completely. And again, this does take time. That might be the most difficult part of this whole journey, is accepting that things take time. So whatever this was for you, just really try to gently release this from your system. When I say gently, like respond to it within your head, respond to the energy, and just know that you can lightly release it. It doesn't have to be a strain or a burden. And like I said, here you're moving on. Maybe some of you are utilizing your voice, your writing, your creativity, your actual speaking voice. I don't know in what way, but this is helping you to move onward and forward. Any other final messages about this week that group number 4 needs to know? I mean, I feel like you guys, it kind of went straight to the point, but let's see, final message. Yeah, I mean, they said, fear not, balance is coming, the flow is coming, it's already here, it's already present within your lives. I was drawn to the birds here when I was just like gazing, and then you got another bird here. The darkness turns to light. This is the Temperance card, this is the Justice card. You can see for yourself the beautiful flow, and there's some kind of call to be creative, artistic, have some sort of inspiration this week. This would be wonderful for you guys. I'm feeling so happy thinking about it. Anything that you've been meaning to do that's creative, whatever it is, and even if it's for a few minutes, please do it. Do not make the excuse of not doing it, so just do it. It's going to make a difference in your soul like you wouldn't believe, so just go for it. And then your final cards we have over here, the Master of Polynoses, which is the King of Pentacles, and the Roundabout card, which is the Death card. We see the wheel again, looking quite similar to this. So it's like the Ferris wheel, the wheel turns, everything is reborn. This is actually saying that you are going to have this sense of rebirth, especially with your feelings of security in life, feeling grounded, feeling joyful, feeling like you're able to take care of yourself and even others if you have people that you take care of, and just overall this golden, beautiful energy, lots of prosperity there. They said something about voice in this card, and then I'm sorry, I'm laughing because of something yesterday. I'll tell you, it's they said something about voice here, and then here's the musical notes. Now, this wonderful woman did a reading for me recently, and I had written down what she told me. She said something about singing. Singing is going to make you feel better. And that was like, I don't know, maybe like like a week or two ago that she told me that. And I ended up seeing what she meant yesterday. I was, I'm sorry for laughing, but I was singing the song from like, oh my God, the 90s or whenever this came out. You know, Lamb Chop. My sister and I were singing this, and it really did lift my spirits. We were singing, "This is the song that doesn't end," and we were just getting into it with her daughter, my niece. And we were just, you know, being in the moment, singing that song, and it really just did something for my spirit. I just think it's funny because it's like kind of a ridiculous song, but it's like, yeah, Sherry and Lamb Chop. If you guys know what I'm talking about. So if you guys can do something for your soul, something cleansing for the soul and creative, or any kind of color for you, just please make time for it. You know, don't worry about anything else. Just go with it in the moment if it comes. So yeah, you guys had a straightforward reading. Things are looking really good. Definitely let me know how things progress, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys today. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please feel free to like and subscribe. And I do hope to see you in the next pick a card in a couple of days, I'm hoping. Okay, so thank you. Personal reading info is below, and sending you blessings. I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.